Taurus. Thanks for dropping in with me. I'm here to give you your mirror moon download. We're looking at the energies that got kicked off with the full moon in Capricorn on June 21st, and will culminate with a mirrored moon coming through as a full moon in Capricorn again on the 21st as well of July. So this is an initiatory gateway we're traveling through. We're working with a lot of illusory elements. We're working with a lot of shadow material, nothing new here. And I'm just going to dive into the collective energy and see how you can pluck a jewel from this cycle. I did have an interesting visitor come in for you as I dropped into the Taurus energy. I saw a hawk fly down, like swooping down. It looked like it had its sights set on some prey right into the backyard here. So I feel like something is coming in quickly. Something is coming in quickly. It's something that helps you grasp a matter that maybe you have felt was out of your realm of control, out of your realm of influence. I feel like you got your sights set on something. Ugh. And you're going to swoop in. This is going to change a lot of things, but I feel like it brings some closure into your life, some kind of ending into your life. There's a lot of guidance and syncing up around this. This needs to get wrapped up or addressed because there's a new road opening up for you. I got big full energy coming in for you. It's heading off in a whole new direction. It's traveling light. There's a lot you're letting go of right now. You're letting go of anything heavy. There might be a trip involved with this. You might actually be traveling somewhere. You might be traveling somewhere new. You might be coming into contact with somebody whose paths are meant to cross with yours, okay? So there's something significant coming in here, significant meetup. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could have one of these signs strongly aspected in your chart. This is for any significant Taurus placement, or if you have a prominent placement in your second house. Also, if you are Scorpio rising, that makes you a Taurus descendant, and you may find resonance with this message. So let's see what's coming in here for you, Taurus. Like I said, you're employing some kind of strategy here. You are looking at a particular matter where you know you can't let this sort of like run away from you. It's like leaving this detail unattended to could prove disastrous down the road. There's something here that you need to put into place, address. There could be a particular character you need to address in this situation. You are keeping your eye on something. I do feel like you're trying to sort of escape attention right now as well. Like you're not moving overtly, you know, it's covert action right now. There's a lot happening behind the scenes and beneath the surface. Okay, so let's come in here. Okay, so we got here. Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could be in dealing with a Sagittarius, because right there we got Temperance coming in. Okay, there's something that's being balanced out here, something that's being alchemized, and on the other side of that we got the Empress. Okay, so this is your energy here. You might be feeling like you need to balance something out with a personal that's interesting. I heard personal score that needs to be settled, a certain story you feel needs to be set right. It could have something to do with you feeling like you weren't seen for who you really are. This is something about personal power, personal empowerment. It's also really stepping into your worth and knowing the value that you bring just by your presence. Okay, there's some kind of deep healing that's happening here. There's some integration point you're coming into within yourself. It's like some kind of spiritual growth that you're experiencing that is actually really helping you enter this time of growth externally. Like I feel this brings in a certain kind of balancing where you really feel like you have new beginnings before you. You're in a highly creative cycle right now, so do be mindful of where your head's at, all right? Because that can have a lot of influence on what kind of reality you create for yourself moving forward. I do feel like you're stepping into this empowerment. You have the ability to be in a very financial, prosperous cycle in your life. You may also have a lot of creative ideas. There's a lot of opportunities to bring your creativity forward. There's a lot of doors of opportunity opening up for you. I think you're kind of moving in your own lane here. You're making your own lane, right? This is definitely like also bringing your fire forward. So I feel like where you have fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you are bringing that fire forward in that area of your life to transform something here. You have your eyes set on a certain goal, a certain target you want to hit. And I do feel like you're doing the work to make this possible. Some of you may also be doing some manifestation work just for the Queen of Wands to come in with temperance. Some of you are alchemists. Some of you are really working on your powers of manifestation by refining the self, recognizing how some of the things you called into being, you know, different things that you were doing active alchemy work around, maybe they sort of like misfired a little bit, or they didn't quite create the desired result. And you recognized it was something that needed refining within yourself, in the way you use power, in the way you call manifestations into being. I do feel like there's something that you're gaining self-mastery over here, and it's making your manifestations come through a lot more clearly. This is the truth, okay, with the Ace of Swords. I do feel like you cut something away in the past. Maybe you used to kind of just like be more spontaneous. You used to just jump in and be more impulsive. Especially, there's something here in how you manifest things. You started really learning the power of speaking things into existence. I got this. And when you did this impetuously, you experienced the way it created loss in your life. There's something you become a lot more mindful of here when it comes to your wishes and what you're really wanting to call into being. And it's because of this that you're being granted some new beginning here, a new potential. This is a door of opportunity that's going to open up for you. And you're now going to wield this power wisely, okay? You got some kind of power here to take a very strong action to transform your life. But I feel it's because you sort of like called yourself to the mat in certain regards, okay? You had an honest look at yourself and you recognized where you needed to kind of like cut off your own BS, where you needed to start doing things differently, and where you maybe needed to just look at things extremely objectively without being in this place of being like really worked up. Like you recognize when you sort of lost the plot back there by being too activated, too reactive, also in situations. And I almost feel like you gained a new kind of stoic perspective almost, that's actually allowed you to step into a greater sense of mastery, all right? Yes, and it's bringing something into harmony for you here. Some kind of healing too, all right? Something that I feel will give you cause for celebration. And this approach is coming soon, I have to say. You might be on guard for it. You might be feeling it. You might be trying to prepare for it. Some reconciliation, some kind of reunion energy here. You have reason to be suspicious, or you have reason to have some kind of fear in relation to this. This is almost like pointing out another area in need of refinement for you, okay? It's definitely something that can hold you up at the crossroads here. There's an important choice you're making. Okay, something that needs to be balanced out here. Give me some clues about this. So important energies in play for you with this initiation. This isn't like a minor thing that you're settling here, all right? It's going to take strength to overcome the challenges of the past. There's also some fessing up that needs to be done here, something that's been held inside for too long. It's time to have the courage to be honest about it. Okay, there is Empress energy here again. This also is Leo energy coming in very strongly. You could be dealing with a Leo in this situation. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Leo, Cusper. This is possible too. Just as I said that before I even saw it, we've got the King of Cups here, water sign energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yes, there's something that needs to be balanced out emotionally here. In some situations, you may have felt like you were breadcrumbed, given the bare minimum, put in a position that was not befitting of you. You felt like somebody had too much control in a situation, too much power in a situation. Somebody balanced scales for you. It's like they played Dharma dealer. They determined what they felt like your karmic balance should be. It doesn't work that way, okay? Somebody could have played this role with you. You could have played this role with another. Maybe that's starting to get balanced out. Maybe you're seeing something more clearly, more objectively. I do feel like somebody was kind of like playing a couple right here. It may have been playing a couple in actuality. Could have been a situation where there was a dividing force of like an outside, I wanted to say entity. Okay. It could be coming through as like an entity, some kind of energetic attachment. Certainly, I could see that. This could also be coming through, though, in the case of like an outside entity, as in an organization. Some agency, something that has the ability to, you know, call certain shots. There's something you're overcoming here, though. You're getting to the other side of it. You're getting to the other side of it. Give some more clues for Taurus in this situation, and then I'm going to pull out another deck here. I'm going to get some more pieces coming in here. There is something that's still caught up here, though. There's something you still need to free yourself from. So I do know there's some release involved in this process. If you want to come into this alignment, this is what's on offer, moving forward. Okay, Cancer energy again. There's something that needs to be resolved here or solved here. There's some kind of secrets that need to become conscious knowledge. These could be secrets you hold within yourself, or ways that you hold yourself back that you're not aware of, or ways that you try to drive something forward too much when what's needed is to allow yourself to just sort of be led into this alignment. There is alignment here. There is somebody to celebrate it with. Okay, I see that very strongly. We got your energy coming in strong here too. Earth sign energy as well. So you could be dealing with another Taurus like you, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. I also feel like this is the balance between the emotional and the material. This is about having it all, you know. We got the King of Cups to the King of Pentacles here. Water, nurturing earth, like something's growing here. The emotions are growing as the investment becomes more tangible. You know, the more that somebody demonstrates their investment, the more the emotions flow. If you're dealing with a situation where you feel like emotional expression is blocked, physically, tangibly invest your presence, tangibly, your sense of desire for further growth, development in a situation, a connection. The more you make it real and rooted in reality by actually taking actions that show, that demonstrate your investment, this road opens and you notice the emotions start to flow more. The creativity starts to flow more. The growth starts to come in more. This applies to all areas. Anything you're wanting to come into alignment with here, okay? It does require a reciprocation if you want to see things grow. And I feel like where that reciprocation is being required from you, it's in you actually showing, demonstrating through action, making a tangible investment that shows that I'm here. I want to grow this. Okay. There's a maturation process that's happening here, because right now we currently have the Queen of Wands. Okay, the Empress is something that is promised, but before stepping into Empress energy, there has to be a balancing out with Temperance. There's something you're balancing out here, and it's to open the road. It has everything to do with you maybe relinquishing some power, which may feel destabilizing to you. But there's something that's not being recognized as power in this situation, and that is the power of action. There's too much needing safe spaces in this situation that's compromising things. There's too much having to feel like you got all the answers, or the certain lay of a land that's complicating matters. Matters that are actually really simple. All they require is just taking a step that shows, demonstrates tangible investment. As soon as there is a demonstration, a tangible investment, yes, I'm invested in this direction. I will take action in this direction. I will invest in this direction. I'll stand up and represent this direction here. Then immediately comes in the nurturing to further the direction and bring in the alignment. And this is also in terms of relationships where you feel like there's an imbalance of power. This is what balances it out. This is what roots it. This is what opens the road and provides the alignment. But it also requires that both people's roads remain open too. Like they have to see a clear way forward individually in order to bring this into harmony. All right. So there are certain things that can't be compromised as well. This piece coming in. Important juncture, I have to say. Important juncture, bringing something into alignment here. Strong Cancer energy. Strong Sagittarian energy. Gemini energy. Taurus, your energy really strong in this read as well. I do feel like you have your points. We also got with the Swords energy and the Empress coming in as well. You share Empress with Libra. You could be dealing with a Libra in this situation. You could be dealing with a South Node matter. Something that should have been brought to a closure a long time ago is being addressed here. Do look for a lot of synchronicity around this. Do look for a lot of messages coming in with Hawk medicine. This is also a North Node matter, Aries energy coming in with Hawk. Hawk is Aries birth totem. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could also be really needing to resolve a certain matter because it's keeping you tethered and stuck, sort of like watching over a post that's been abandoned. It's like you're guarding over a ghost town. There's an interesting message coming through. Death Valley coming through. Woo, interesting. There could be a Death Valley connection here too. There might be a very specific message there for somebody. It might be really dinging something there. Okay. There's something that needs to be cleared here to bring in an alignment and a healing where one is really needed. Okay. And you'll know what this is, and you're getting the go-ahead, like it's time for this with the Hierophant showing up, and you know this, you feel it already with the High Priestess. You know it's time to do that dance with this particular devil. I got that. High Priestess, it's like you got a little backwards here. You were already supposed to do this deep dive back in the fall. You didn't, so now you're doing it now, you know? You're doing it now. You're not going to emerge in the spring as core. You're going to emerge as the Empress in the fall with fall equinox. Okay? What was hidden then will become evident, right? But not before going through this initiatory gateway. If you're a Scorpio rising, this is speaking really strongly to you. This is entering that like gateway of transformation. Life will not be the same after this. Something is radically transforming here. There is a moment of pause though, like looking back at what has to be released, what has to be let go. There is this moment of reflecting back. There's like this moment of reverence around it. You know that it was a powerful experience. Whatever came in there, it was so necessary. I think it blew your mind a little bit when the lightning bolt of awareness really struck and disrupted the illusion and created a reality that made facing the truth unavoidable. This could have been something that actually affected a home, affected a household. Okay. But there's something here where that castle in the sky came crashing down. And yet you recognize that it was also like a cathartic moment, an awakening moment. It was a bit of a revolutionary moment too. You know that there's something on the other side here. You are going to come into alignment with this. It's like your true path. You needed a disruption from the path you were on. It's like you were being initiated into that hero's quest. You know, as a student, we always begin again as the student. Mm-hmm. And there's something you struggled to balance out here, and there's something you struggled to integrate and struggled to learn, and it's kept you caught up in a particular fight that is meant to be released. Again, strong Libra energy coming in with both justice and this Empress here. Your energy too. This could even be a situation where whoever you're dealing with, whatever's being balanced out here at the South Node, it's sort of like being balanced out with like maybe a recognition of equality, maybe seeing a reflection of yourself in another and them in you as well. Okay, there's some kind of educational process happening here. Could be related to a soulmate, somebody you're learning a lot through. You're seeing the eyes of the past. Whoa, that was weird. And it went from 2222 to 2223. So this is changing. You're seeing the eyes of the past. That's an interesting way for that message to come through. Maybe you're looking into somebody's eyes from the past. Maybe it's only through looking into those eyes that you get a new view of yourself. Three of Swords. You're seeing a certain pain differently. You're seeing it as a doorway. You're seeing it as a portal. You're seeing it as an opening. You're seeing death as like the birthing canal. This is interesting. This is interesting. Ooh, you're seeing it as a release from mediocrity. I like this. I like this. It's like you realize how much you've been holding on to. You realize how much you've been carrying. How much has been weighing you down. It's like I'm dropping these 9 other wands here. All I need is one that just can, you know, carry my knapsack for me with what little bit I'm taking forward with me, which is something I've learned along the way about the way I cheat myself when I make do with something that isn't truly my celebration. I wasn't ready to accept this cup from Spirit before. I didn't know the potential that it had to offer. I do now. I do now. See? There's only one wand in this magician's hands. So we got a deep, deep connection going on here. Because we got the magician to the high priestess. You know? I don't see emperor energy here yet. I don't. But there's something happening here. Something's being transformed. There's some kind of deep reunion happening here too. I feel like you're reuniting with your true path. But it's through bringing something to completion. Look, that like zero energy that brings victory of the Fool, you know, the start, the new start, and the way being open. It's coming through something coming to a closure here. The ending is the beginning. This is very palpable for you, though. It's almost like an instantaneous thing. It's interesting. I feel like as soon as you stop manning a particular post, remember you were at the 9 wands. All you need to do is drop 9 wands, whatever you're guarding vigilantly here, whatever you're holding on to so tightly here, whatever post you're manning here. All you need to do is just drop those 9 wands. It lightens your load. You don't have to be burdened anymore. You release it. You let it go. You drop the heavy weight of this thing. You just take 1 wand forward with you, and that is your power to act, to move forward lighter, freer, in a new direction, to stop looking down at what was lost, what was spilled. Just turn your head up toward the sun and believe that maybe there's happiness here. And yeah, it's always wise to take the lessons with you, but don't pay attention to yapping dogs trailing behind you that keep telling you to play safe when everything inside of you is calling for you to, risk the transformation, risk what's on the other side of closing cycle. You could be dealing with a Leo. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. It's very personal to you. And also, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could be a Scorpio rising, all right? You could have any of these signs strongly aspected in your chart. But what is preventing the forward motion is being in too fixed of a position. It's this like entrenched defense kind of energy, like I'm not going to surrender this ground, and always trying to find a way around, always trying to find a workaround, as if you can outwit the clever design of Eris, goddess of chaos and confusion, and also creative force. You can't confine that energy. It needs to be wild and free. That's where it outlives its true creative potential. And we need this energy. It's cathartic. It tears down what's false. And every day we get closer and closer to the absurdity of what truth is. We recognize that no one single human being has a market on that we all have our little subjective truths that are experienced through our individual reality tunnels. But the truth is something that's not as easily grasped or able to be strategized or dissected with the mind. It's more an impulse. It's a force that takes over us, that makes us feel like jumping into the fire and going through that transformation, because we just know our soul is calling us to do that. And what you're going through is something like this, okay? It opens up a brand new beginning for you, where what was first intuited becomes externalized. What was held within is manifest in the outer reality. There's a balancing year. There's an activation of destiny. There's a mirror. There's somebody on the other side of this that you're going through this process with too. Fixed hand is a losing hand. A fixed hand is a losing hand. This is about really radical allowing. It's what sets you free. It's what sets you free. You're not stuck. It was 29:11 on the clock. 11:11. You got to come to the realization of it, though. You don't see it right now. Let me get some more details with the Kipper deck. I don't know why I feel called to bring out these guys for you, but I do. All right, let's bring it in. Look at that. Lovers. You know this. 6 energy coming in there. You did have soulmates, 6, doubled again. This is somebody you're meant to come into connection with. You could be dealing with somebody born on the 15th. You could be dealing with life path 6. The 15th could be significant for some reason. I'm noticing 2 doves here. I thought day after Valentine's Day, so maybe there was something about the day after Valentine's Day, or a message shared around that time. Possible you could be dealing with an Aquarius in this situation. Okay, there's also life path 1, life path 5 could be coming in as well. Any of those numbers could be significant. Um, give me more details about this for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know about this? Whatever is happening here is very significant and involves a journey. It does. There's a journey here that's kicking off, the start of a journey. Maybe the start and the end of a journey. It's interesting. It's like, it's almost like the journey forward is in the ending. It's interesting. That's going to make sense. That's going to make sense to you at some point, even if it doesn't right now. The journey forward is in the ending. You might be heading in a certain direction to bring something to a close, and along the way, you end up at a certain juncture and you realize that you've been, someone else's train. You realize you were kind of like, you were on somebody else's ride, you know, you were heading in a direction that was somebody else's journey. But there's something about this, like, it's almost like you had to go through the ending with them. There was something about you going through a particular ending together, like journeying through that together, that gets you to where you need to go. Main male. One energy coming in there again, okay? There's a main male connected to this. Maybe a life path number 1. This may be a particular magician. Maybe it brings you into contact with this character, and this is what transforms your life, gives you a brand new beginning in life. Look what just flipped over here, 27. Unexpected income. Okay, so there's something coming in here. It brings unexpected resources. It might come through a journey, some kind of high honor, right? Maybe you're reaching this place of high honor, something that you're really laying down the foundation for. You've been slogging it out. There's some opportunity coming in here for you. It allows you to really receive a level up in your life. I feel like you've been on a long journey of transformation and you're getting some gift here from spirit. It's a level up. You had to close a really significant karmic cycle to get this level up. It's something that is going to transform your life. You're elevating to a place of high honor after all this time of toil and labor dealing with some false person here. Okay? Yeah, you were aligned with a false person here. 8 could be significant. And maybe you realized you were kind of playing yourself false as well. You know, you were feigning alignment where there wasn't any. And you don't want that anymore. That it's time for a change. Look at this. You're bringing something to a close. It's like you're going down the road of the hermit. It could be a Virgo connected to your situation. Your Chariot's coming in here, though. Clearly, I mean, that already came in. So there's movement, there's change in this situation. And it is to distant horizons. Look, there's that 9 energy again. You could be dealing with a life path 9, life path 3, life path 6. There's something here where you're pulling up anchor and you're ready to go where you haven't gone before. Maybe you're about to actually make that investment. Maybe you've been waiting for the nurturing of your beginning and you're the only one who's held up the show because you haven't demonstrated your investment in a situation by taking action. You've been sitting here, you know, in despair. You might have even gotten some kind of message that concerned you, that made you feel like your hopes were being dashed with something you wanted to come into alignment with. You're like, why does it always go to this person while I feel like I'm stuck and I'm trapped behind? Somebody else steals my opportunity. This is supposed to be my great fortune. but there's something here that you have not tangibly showed up for. That's what it looks like. You're holding yourself back. You haven't shown up for this. I'm going to do a cut of the deck. See what we've got here. Yeah, and it's because there's something that you need to bring to a close before this can happen. And that's what will lead to the alignment you want to see come together here, right? You could be dealing with a life path 4 here. Yep. This brings the gift from spirit that you've been waiting on, the manifestation of it, right? You got to give yourself this gift. You're like waiting for it to come in, or you're trying to manifest it. This could also be the piece too for somebody who's like, maybe you are an alchemist. Maybe you default to that too much. Maybe you are somebody who thinks of just like, maybe you feel too privileged. This could be coming in for somebody. Maybe, you know, you're coming off too privileged. Like you just think that you can do a little bibbity bobbity boo, or you can, you know, have your positive affirmations, or do your meditations, or, you know, listen to your Hertz frequencies, or whatever you do to call things into being, manifest things. And you just think that those things should just, you know, just come to you. And there's something here about, no, you need to like show your investment, you know, that's part of being an alchemist too, is that you do the work, you know, that you actually invest your commitment to bringing something into being by taking tangible, practical action here. And again, there's something that you need to balance out. Only you can do this. Only you can do that work. Like as soon as you decide that you're ready to stop, like waiting around, you know, in a state of anticipation for something that like doesn't come, and then you get in your head about it and you're like, what's going on? Why do I always feel like I'm shut out? You know, I never get to come inside to the warmth and like feeling like I finally arrived where I belong. It's because you're not taking the action to show that you're really invested. Somewhere here, your energy is divided. For some of you, you might be keeping a door open from your past, and it's because you just got it, you know, got it open just so you still feel like, you know, if you needed to, you know, you could shove a foot in that door and still have, you know, another avenue to explore. And there's something about that, that as long as you stay in that place, you're not really all in. You're not. And the other you're dealing with, like, they know that. And spirit knows that too. Like you're not all in. You're not all in. So why are you questioning why something's not coming into alignment? You're not showing that you're all in. You're not showing up in such a way that says you're ready to really live that out. Like step into that. That's kind of how it's coming through. It's interesting. Let me see how you can balance it out. I'm going to pull out this infinite tarot here. Ooh, yeah. Step into your power with the 5 of earth there. Get grounded, get rooted, connect with your element, steady yourself, and do what you need to do. You know, it's not just about having the idea. It's like, can you imagine Sir Isaac Newton? You know, he had his moment of illumination. Can you imagine if he just like sat on it and was like, oh, well, wow, that was an amazing, you know, realization there. And yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, we'll just wait and see what that does. And, you know, no, you know, you got to move things into action. This is about you stepping in your power to actually act, take action to affect your reality. And there's something here about you recognizing that I have the power all along, where maybe you were like kind of bypassing that. You were giving your power to other people by letting their actions determine your reality instead of you taking, you know, accountability for that for yourself. Okay, so this is a big key for moving forward. Woo. All right, I'll grab that. Yeah, this is something you're not seeing with it ending up on the floor there. 8 of fire. Okay, it's something you'll see real soon. Oh, okay, it's related to an earth matter. You don't see this coming. You will. It's something you're not aware of right now, but you'll feel it because it's going to be something that affects your tangible, like reality. Okay, 3 coming in there. The 3rd could be significant. There could have been something that already shifted here that let you know that change is going to be needed real soon here. Could have come in through a phone call. You might be looking forward to July specifically. Okay. This could have come in July 3rd, but there could also be something that, is making it very clear to you that after July, like a certain window of opportunity closes. I feel like there needs to be something that's brought to a closure by then, or else there's going to be trouble, riding off into that sunset. I feel like you got 2 months before you're meant to kind of like head off in your new direction. You've brought something to a closure. You're heading towards your sun. There's something about this. August is an important month for you. It's an important month of transformation. Whatever happens here too, it could be something that makes you just realize that whatever you're invested in currently, like you got to shift if you want to have a different reality than the one you're currently dealing with. And there's every indication here that you feel like you shot at a particular target, but your aim was off and you're trying to get your aim true. It's going to require transformation. It's going to require that you take action to carve this way forward, all right? So this could be something coming in that affects the finances, it affects your work. It's an important message that has you kind of like looking at your calendar and scheduling something out, preparing for a big change. For some of you, it could be preparing for a big move. Okay, something just came out in reverse there. Yeah, it's a vision that's awakening in you of a new horizon you want to head off into. You already got your like sights set on this. This will grow stronger, but this is what needs to be dealt with here. You have a particular mountain to climb in regard to a child situation, something that you're ignoring here that does need to be addressed. There's something you're not seeing clearly. There could be something that's hidden from you in this regard. You don't have a clear perspective on this yet. There could be a mother factoring into this situation. There could be a pregnancy that's being hidden here that's factoring into this situation. Maybe looking at due date. You may be hearing that, yeah, there's a bun in the oven. This is possible. Something about the 3rd. Mm-hmm. If you conceived back in March, you might be looking and sort of like planning things out with when to bring things to a close with work. I could see that coming in for somebody. You're preparing to take leave to prepare for this. You don't want to be, going right back to work. You want to hunker in, take some downtime. Yeah, you're looking for a little seclusion, maybe. Okay, some of you, that's what it's about. For others of you, there's something that you're going through a real, healing process here as you're preparing for a new beginning. It's sensitive territory, so you might be kind of like hunkering down at this time. You don't want a lot of visibility right now. You're like kind of keeping things private while you hatch this vision. I feel like it's in the planning stages. Any more details, Spirit? Any more details about this, Spirit? Yeah, you're actively in this place of nurturing the new world you want to create for yourself. There's something shifting in your reality. But for some of you, it's becoming apparent, this is coming in. And for some of you, it's becoming apparent. You know what this new reality is? Yes, it's a play on words. A parent or apparent, visible, illuminated for you, the pathway to your happiness. I do feel like whatever action you take here, it does blaze a new trail and it does lead to happiness in your life. This is beautiful energy here. Okay, you have every reason to be hopeful about these new openings occurring in your life. There's something really transforming here. Let me do a cut of the deck and see what we got. You do have to get yourself out of this crossroads first. Joker of fire, okay? So, you know, a little bit of a challenge here, you know? Send up those Hail Mary prayers, okay? It's going to take some agility to navigate this juncture, but you know, if you use your wits, you know, I do see you hitting the bullseye here, okay? There's something that wants to come into being for you. It truly does. All right, so let's see. I want to get an overarching theme card for you. This feels appropriate. I don't really want to focus on the old energy for you. I'm going to bring in the sacred rebels here for you, okay? Because I feel like that's sort of what you're responding to at that time that this all kind of starts to come into view for you, right? I feel like rebels yell energy, you know? More, 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 give me more. It feels heaven sent here, all right? It feels just like heaven. This is something coming into alignment. It's a building block for the future. It's orchestrated. It's divine design. You may feel like it's almost patterned as such, like the way that things come together with this, the synchronicities. And I do feel like you got your eyes set on a particular character that's been problematic for you and you're looking to address this issue so there's not any further complication to bringing this thing into being. Again, we got 8 energy here, okay? We got 6 energy here, 3 energy here. Those could be life path numbers, significant dates, lucky numbers. Pay attention when you see 33. It means that you're coming into alignment with this little gift from above, okay? There's something that's part of your divine design that's being activated. Could be a Sagittarius involved. There could be some deception involved in a situation too. So it's up to you to piece together those clues, but you're going to start to spot the threads of connection. I got that, okay? Overarching theme for Taurus here. Overarching theme for Taurus. I think you're going to take some really wise actions that are informed by sort of like a visionary perspective of something where you're able to see beyond illusion. You're able to see beyond what others can't see in a particular situation that almost helps you bypass a particularly thorny outcome. I got that, okay? There's something that's going to be illuminated for you that lets you know that you need to sort of like reroute a little bit. It gets you on track in a very good way. Yes, there's inspiration that comes in. And it's something that just gets activated in you. It's like it's in your DNA. There's something that just awakens within you that lets you know where you belong. And you're trusting this guidance. There's a lot that's happening here, like on the subconscious level. It's like dreaming something into being. It's like being in that dream time space. You may even notice you're lucid dreaming more frequently. I feel like an activation of the muse energy. Here's the 33 again. Look, it's a key. 2 and 1 energy there, okay? Coming together as 3. There's connectivity here. There's creation. There's community. There's pollinating. There is actually, you know, something that's shared far and wide, and it brings a lot of growth, a lot of blooming in your life. It brings a lot of light into your life, creativity here. And there's an acknowledgement, you know, that the ending is the seed for all of it. So it's like maybe where you were resisting letting something go or releasing something, 49:49 on the clock. 13:13, 4:4, 8. Yeah, you're recognizing that, you know, no, it's actually empowering to have this death, to go through this death. And for you, I feel like it's the death of an old reality. There's something here about always just kind of like keeping your destiny within the realm of dream time and never actually activating it for one reason or another. Maybe for some reason, just not really knowing how to step into your light. Like your light has always been something you've held within, and there's something about needing to externalize your light and then step into it. It brings so much sweetness and synergy into your life. This is a really cool message, okay? I like that. I like that. All right. What is this coming in? What is the overarching theme for Taurus, Spirit? What does Taurus need to know as they move through this initiatory gateway that will culminate with the full moon in Capricorn on July 21st? What does Taurus need to know at this time? What does Taurus need to know at this time? What is the overarching theme? What do they need to be really mindful of at this time? Yes. Dream a beautiful dream, but then let it cease to be a dream by actually activating it, you know? That's the thing. Sometimes we hold our dreams so tightly, we don't let them move beyond the realm of just being a dream. Like you're meant to bring this into being, I feel. Overarching theme for Taurus, please. Guiding them into the final legs of this. Ooh, that was interesting. How did that sneak in? There's a Halloween oracle card that snuck in here. All the rest of them are Sacred Rebels. What is this? Oh my God. Look at that. Okay, so you're definitely going through the fire test of truth. You have a certain truth. Now, can you take the key? Can you go through the fire? If you do, there's a really potent transformation on the other side. I think you feel really pulled in this direction. You know you can't resist, okay? You know you can't resist. Look at that. Power of attraction, number 13. Again, there it shows up. You can't resist. This is like a classic case of what you want wants you. Yeah. Look at that. Spirals of manifestation. There it is, okay? So this is what's coming in for you. You are recognizing that in the closure of one thing is the seeds of another. And in fact, you're recognizing how empowering it is because you are in charge of both of these portals in truth. You are. You get to decide. You get to decide how long the death is prolonged before you get to the creative phase where you're building the new reality. And there's something you may have resisted for a long time here, but I feel like your perspective is switching up and you're ready to rush into this death because you recognize that on the other side of that is where you truly get to step into your life in a new way because you're finally recognizing that you do create your reality here. There's an empowerment you're stepping into. It brings something really beautiful in for you. You might also be creating something. You might be creating something with another. I want to do one cut of the deck here. Okay. Yeah, it's time to come to life. I can't make it up. Okay, that's really, it's time to come to life. You want to come to life, you got to go through the fire. That's what I got for you. And it was 54:33 on the clock, okay? Yep, it's time to enter that fire. You can only enter that fire alone to be born anew, okay? But whatever you go through on your own, I feel like you get to the other side and there's somebody to celebrate your passage and join you in the next leg of the journey. And it looks beautiful. Whatever this is you're coming into alignment with, it's meant to be. It's got like bless up from spirit. So Godspeed, Taurus.